part two of the preview show. Matt, first and foremost, before we get into it, a offer from our friends at Unibet.
Yeah, exactly. So they got two offers going on. One for the Origin. For new account holders, you can get $6 either team. So
new account holders. So if you sign up and you want to have, and how much can you have on it?
I think it's $50.
So you can have $350. Either New South Wales or Queensland if you're a new account holder.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal, I think.
Well, yeah, considering what a Queensland, $1.70 or something like that.
Yeah, $1.78. Good value.
$6. It's not bad.
So $6 is good.
Yeah, that's right. So in other words, if you need Queensland Morals, you've got about a $250 sign-up bonus with Unibet. Well done. Good work, boys.
And also, if you want to get involved in racing, they've got a deposit bonus through us, which is up to $20. Deposit 20 to get 100.
Yep.
Or is it 500?
500 for 500. Yeah. But anyway, outside of that seems like good. I mean, if you want to watch the Origin and the way that footy's going at the moment to watch footy, you've almost got to have a bet on it.
Yeah.
So.
Why is that, Carl?
Because I don't know, maybe.
It's torture otherwise.
I believe so. Yeah, I think. So. Oh, well, for me it has been, and a lot of people say the same comment. It's I don't know. Maybe we're just getting older and we're getting less patient with things. Maybe it's more us than it is them.
The officiating's a bit.
Yeah. I'm blaming
the jockeys and the trainers.
Exactly. I'm blaming myself.
Yeah.
But anyway. So if you want to do that, great. I mean, jump on board with Unibet. If you haven't got an account with them, get on there now. The link, but you have to do it through us. To be able to do that. So that is on in the articles, and you'll mention it in an email that goes out to everybody. Anyway, get well blend. Handicap.
Double
What is it? The get well blend.
Get well blend.
He doesn't need to get well.
I don't know.
He needs to get something.
I think he does need to get well.
He doesn't want to get well. He's every time he goes for tests, he gets cleared and he gets disappointed. Anyway, Moral Victory was the early scratching here, which obviously affects the pace. Medal early favourite about $4.60. $5 or $6 for Impulsive Spirit. $7 Charles in Charge up from Melbourne, and about the same odds in him.
Yeah, there's a bigger price was given Medal about $5.50, but they're taking that now. $12 into $9.50 to get.
Went enormously first or early last trip. What are you saying, mate?
Yes, there's a number of question marks again. So I assume Religify hasn't got a rider because Gunn was committed to number 10. But yes, watch this space.
I would imagine Religify will come out, mate. They would have worked out that he can't.
So leaving Charles in Charge, Forget, and Caprossa on speed. This is now looking a little bit muddling.
Because Moral Victory was our designated leader, really, wasn't it?
Well, he was one of them.
Anyway.
Yeah. So behind that leading trio is Luciano, God's in Him. Impulsive Spirit will be ridden more quietly tomorrow. Meticulously Grand Punto and Medal will be ridden out the back as well. So this promises to be a little bit tricky. Look, 3 Medal resumed for Joe Pride and did the job. Looks on the rise. To beat 2 Religify, who's not going to run. 10 Gods in Him and 7 Impulsive Spirit. And I'll have 4 units on number 3, and watch this space. You'll have to check in to see what happens tomorrow.
Exactly right. I think Medal. I was actually just speaking to Nick Ashman on the way in, and all right, we just lost whatever it was there. But when we did, I was just mentioning the point. Nick spoke to Joe about Medal and how revved up it was first up, and he said didn't think so. So overly revved up because
the punters thought it was.
Well, it was very well backed. But the point that I'm making is if it's a typical Joe Pride build up preparation, well, there's a hell of a lot to like about it if it's going to have that level of improvement of it. Again, looking forward to seeing what it looks like in the yard. Its wet track numbers are good. It's a horse that I think a lot of people are zoning in on.
Well, it started out with Martin McInerney.
Yes, because yes.
Then it went to Dickie.
Then it's gone to Dickie, now it's with Joe. So, yes, exactly. So, I think it is definitely the horse to beat. I'm going to have 5 units on Medal and Impulsive Spirit back at the same thing. I think it's a slow track horse, okay. Real wet track, no. But
it sort of floundered the horse really.
Yeah, it didn't go.
The way he rode it, it didn't help it.
Yeah,
he sort of He was too aggressive on the horse.
Yeah. Well, so I'm trying to work out Impulsive Spirit because it's in and out and whatever it is. Is it a Warwick Farm horse? It only really goes at Warwick Farm.
It is by God's own.
It is by God's own, exactly right. I noticed that. I only noticed that when I was doing the form for this week. But okay, that might explain it. But so I thought, is it a Warwick Farm horse? Or is it a horse that then actually needs galloping room out wide?
I think tomorrow will give you some...
Yeah, because like being a Warwick Farmer, that style, it gets the galloping room out wide, it can la-di-da-di-da out there and can do that. And that looks exactly what it can do tomorrow. So, yeah, I want to forgive it. So what did I say? I'm having 5 minutes on my Darwin for you, that's Impulsive Spirit.
But God's own's taken up a considerable percentage in this race with God's in him as well.
Yes, that's exactly right, yeah. Interesting to see what, obviously, how God's in him. I don't think it'd go in the wet. I'd forget Parade's first up to, because it did fly first few runs last time.
Yeah, I know, Musselbrook and then Canterbury, and then he had the race shot to bits when Bavero began his winning run.
Yes.
He's a bit of a bodgy forget, but he's one of those horses that you know will be trained up and is sort of there to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, moving on to race 6. One to follow. Remember the one to follow services. If you just want the easy way of doing it, there they are. Keeps finding winners and keeps finding seconds as well too, which is fantastic. Track road tips have been flying. One of the more profitable things that we actually do. So jump on board. There's all the other services there. Snowy stuff. The country tips, the Sydney Inside, and the Brisbane Bandit, the Melbourne, whatever it is. But it's all at one2follow.com.au. So just
Melbourne Marauder.
Melbourne, mate. Yeah, so jump on board, one to follow. If you just want just your easy set of tips to follow, you don't want to think about it too much, but you want to have a bet. Most of them win, and most of them can give you a really good profitable experience occasionally. It's not just favourites, there's good price horses all throughout it. So one2follow.com.au. Sydney Markets Limited, McKell Cup. Rawnak is the early scratching. Destiny's Kiss $5.50. Sense of Occasion $4.50 or thereabouts. And Major $4.80, and the Major would be the horses we're sitting here that's tumbling in as we speak.
Yeah, $6 was given into $4.40. And look, nibbles at Destiny's Kiss and Singing Flame around that $6 and $7.50.
Well, the winner of this race last year is yet to win since, what was her name? Clive Davis' sister.
Amistad.
Amistad, yeah. Amistad beat Destiny's Kiss in this race last year. Very similar form line to Major. Last up winner at Warwick Farm midweeks.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes, okay.
Okay, so pretty much as you are, you've got Frasers and Singing Flame, Sense of Occasion. They form the van. I had Bagman, Destiny's Kiss, Next Best, Planet Purple revving his wheels out wide, and the others appear to race back, particularly the horse that will run favourite, Major. But we shall see what influence that has on the race. I thought he was easy to like, 11 Major, who has had a couple of 9.5 runs.
Yeah.
The other horses are stepping up from 2000, and he made a mid-race move. Joe McDonald made a mid-race move on him the other day, and he was easy meat for the last up Canterbury runner. His name just escapes me at the moment, and he just ran away from him. So Bryce Hayes appears to have found the key to Major. Fifth up here, very likeable. To beat 2 Destiny's Kiss, who is the usual suspect.
Well, it seems that about once every 6 months, Destiny's Kiss gets everything bang in line. So he's got the wet track, he's got the distance.
Sequence of 2,000 metre runs.
Yeah, a sequence of he's building into form. He's now looking like he's fit. It's now looking like today's his day. And when it's looked like it's been his day, often it is. One little concern though, as there's a person who'll be having red gloves riding him. That's where the planets have just gone. Wow, leave me out.
Anyway, 2 Destiny's Kiss, 5 Sense of Occasion. It's funny, Guy Walter had him step quickly up to 2,400. And to me, he's not really looking like a 1.5 horse, but I mean, he presents there. And 6 Singing Flame was ridden too impatiently by Dee Beasley last time, but has been sort of halved up a bit. Anyway, shortest price in the lead up, Singing Flame, must be a chance. 11,256 and 7 units on number 11.
I'm just 6 units on Destiny's Kiss for all of those reasons, and go Jimmy.
Yeah, no, I like this race. I've picked Destiny's Kiss out as the best runner from the lead up. So 8 units there, and also 8 units major. I'm doing zone right in.
Yeah, it's
Smack!
yeah, it's what's that?
WW. Was it? Give the wrestling.
WWF. Smackdown. WWE.
Yeah, I mean it is very accomplished in a wet track major.
Yeah.
Swimmer. All right, moving along to the we've got the at-sea handicap. I know our favourite
It's
horses.
called something else, is it?
It's the Sydney Markets Foundation.
Oh, it's not the at-sea handicap.
It's not the at-sea handicap. At sea. He's one of my favourites at sea.
Yeah, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Some of the boats are at sea from the Sydney markets. Maybe that's what they're trying to do.
Beautiful. Okay, lovely. Should mention Hong Kong is on Sunday. Back on Sunday this week. Beautiful. Jump on board with Hong Kong. I was having a few junkie bets in Hong Kong on late Saturday night. That was good. Or late, early.
Who's calling the races in Hong Kong? Who's the English caller now?
I'm not sure who it was.
Yeah, I don't know. He was always the Wednesday caller or the second.
Oh, okay.
He's been bumped up the ranks. Or maybe he's one that comes over from Singapore or something.
Fair enough.
But I know Mark Sheen. So
I actually ran into Mark Sheen at the Stain Hotel at Manly on Wednesday night last week.
Really?
Yeah, not this week, last week. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's still in Australia.
Yeah.
Hasn't accepted the gig yet.
Anyway, the at-sea handicap, let's just honour there, great man. Senator Noche, the world's most scratched horse, is scratched again, and Alberto Magic's about a 6-4 favourite. Alias $6 or $7, and Agent about $8 or $9.
Yeah, look, the only one that Sea of the World was resuming off a year off. $30 was given, and now that's come into about 15. 17 was given Hold of Sunset too.
Interesting.
How exciting. We've got Hold of Sunset to fly the flag out front. Alberto Magic stalks her. How Much Do You Love Me could make a play out wide. Harara from the wheelchair next best, and down underneath them Agent, alias midfield wide. Alberto Magic did something special first up for Alan Denham, and finds a convenient race second up here.
That's a very good way. It's a convenient race for it. That's a very. I mean, sort of looking for the word for what it is. It's a convenient race for it.
Yeah, like he's a horse that's always had a big rap on him. He's got some very short SPs, and I expect him to SP short here. To beat 12 Hold of Sunset, who is a bit of a golden switch horse. She was down underneath them there at her last start before spelling back last year. 1100 is clearly the edge for her.
Well, I don't think 1100 metres is against Alberto, whatever he is. I know he looked like he won well over 1200 metres, but I don't. He's what was he?
Times are a bit thin.
His last 200 metres was the 64th best of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It was
Alberto.
Yeah. That's 64th.
Yes.
and it wasn't, it wasn't it was the 10 race car, wasn't it? So, but still, 64th when you're running over 1200 metres is not exactly a high ranking last 200
Yeah, that's right. He was he'd done his job.
He won the race earlier, yeah. So I think 1100 metres is. Yeah, it's like we made the comment about that Gypsy Diamond when it won over 2,000 metres. Like, everything went well for it. It won over 2,000 metres, and it's just because it gets the number next to its name, it doesn't mean that it does.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think, Anyway,
that's a good point. Anyway, 8 to beat 12, 2 See the World, and 5 Wouldn't It Be Nice, who pops up here. Interesting that Agent and Alias are in the market. Agent hasn't been seen in Sydney for a while. Looks to be racing honestly elsewhere, but Alias has got a midweek win to his credit, and is first up here. I know he's a stablemate of See the World.
I want to just say, because I think when I did my run through, I See the World first up, year, whatever, Harper Ascot. You See the World is right. he would win this race by 6 lengths. If he, you know, like, what are you?
But he was always a softly horse.
Yeah, that's right.
Never
Exactly.
very fancy.
And that's where I sort of thought, not much normally good first up or whatever.
Off as well.
Oh, it's all that. Is there
Yeah, well,
anything?
Matt, I'll have the blinkers off. It just depends, but
Yeah. What I'm saying is, have I discounted this horse? I'm asking the question: is it done in it? You know, have you seen anything in trials or is it?
Well, no, it worked home. I think on the pro ride, maybe at Warwick Farm, it just worked out well.
Yeah, but it just looks like it is building into it.
Yeah, the pro ride's the ultimate tricking surface. Like a horse like Press Statement could win at $21 off a little trial on the pro ride. It doesn't give much away.
Perfect.
They did well.
All right, lovely. One thing we haven't mentioned about before we go. Oh, sorry, is anyone uniting here? Sorry.
Yeah, I've had 6 units on Alberto Magic. And what are you doing, Matt?
Yeah, I'll have maybe a process of elimination at left me with Alberto Magic.
Yeah,
and we were sort of
it's convenient.
we were all questioning him at 1200 first up.
Yeah, and
now I guess to what we wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
What does that mean? Is that a good thing? I think it is. So.
Yeah, lovely. Cool. You said it starts a short price, but that's my worry about backing. What are we thinking?
Oh, it'll be shorty because there's holes in the market there.
Yeah, I know.
And
it just seems like
those holes will be given to him, which you know he may not
deserve. I
am saying odds on. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lovely. All right. Before finishing off and getting to race 8, Warren Huntley at Flemington. Warren Huntley at Flemington. Warren Huntley at Flemington. You know, that's enough said, isn't it? Jump on board Warren Huntley at Flemington.
Yep, and we got top better with their tournaments on this weekend.
Yes. Okay.
So, jump back on board. I think we'll have a good one for the 10,000 day, and also they're going to keep building them up. Melbourne and Sydney, obviously, but I think 10,000 day up in Brisbane should be fun.
They're great. They're great fun. If you're in it, you know, if you don't really want to be smashing in and having too much of a bet, if you're a bit, if you don't have too much available funds or whatever in the account,
if you're unsure of the car, just you're 55 buy-in, or it might be even less.
Yeah, which can give you a chance of winning a couple of thousand quite easily. You know, and keeps you active and keeps you interested. The tournament betting, we'll be speaking a lot more about that in the coming weeks. But it's a fantastic way to spend an afternoon and really get involved. And it's exciting. It's great. Tournament betting. So that's through topbetter.com.au. Save Our Son's Handicap is the final event, 1400 metres. Karakuchi, who hasn't had a rider all week, is $4.80 and favourite.
That's because of the weight advantage, though.
That's the weight advantage.
Yeah, there's no rider.
No rider at 55 to ride a prepaid favourite. 5 and 6 to 1 for transfers and copy, and 4 to 1 thereabouts for Song and Laughter. And again with the wet track winding, probably as we're speaking.
Oh, the gala.
Yes.
UR Golden was sort of the main firm. Who's a returning $16 was given into 11.
Was with Greg Bennett and. Now with Tony McAvoy, imported horse that won a couple of soft races up the line at her Australian debut campaign. I found this an intriguing race. Spree's Choice in the van, up from Melbourne, yet to win at 1400, but third up here. Floral Gold should race forward from a wide gate. Song and Laughter handy, You Are Golden handy. Transfers could certainly race handier than she did the other day from the inside gate. Ditto Copy. Karakuchi, Joadja and Holy Delusions midfield. I don't know who Waller's going to leave me with here, but I've tipped one Holy Delusions who drew inside at Rose Hill and was classically given no chance to beat 3 Baramella, who's a Waller switcheroo off the correct, less than 100 days break there.
Less than 100.
Back from a mile back from Melbourne. They're both huge odds. 1 to beat 3, 8 Spree's Choice on speed, and 10 Karakuchi, who's got a very sweet little record, clearly been well placed by Matty Dale. Honourable mentions to transfers and particularly Joadja, who's backing up from Wednesday.
Yes.
And was ridden quietly on that occasion by James McDonald. She's a bit of a thinker, Joadja, but Joey's backing her up here and she seems eminently backable. 1, 3, 8, 10. 2.5 units on number 1, and 1 unit on number 3.
Yeah, if the trend of, what was it during the carnival, of the backer upper was, you'd expect, if Joe Archer does one, you'd expect good support for it.
Yeah, very good support.
Every backer upper
Dr.
up.
Nick.
Dr. Nick, but everybody was everybody was joining the party there when the backer upper was, wasn't it? So,
Yeah, sure.
What price is Joe Archer now? About $25?
So it was 21 on when I checked.
Yeah, okay.
Come on, Dale, you've got to have a good feel for this race.
I sort of wish it was 1,200 metres, mate, because I'd be with you with Holy Delusions. You know, like that's. I think 1,400 metres is around a limit. I really want to be there. Just thinking, second up 1,400 metres. No, I really don't have a feel for it. Copy is a good wet tracker, but no, I have no feel for it because I really don't have much of a feel for Karakuchi, and I think this. I can only play what I say, but I just expect this race just to be totally decimated.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, when the favourite hasn't got a rider on it, and I've sort of looked at it where I don't really want to take much of a position on it because I think it's going to change, and I'd rather
buy for the Mounting Yard Mail.
Yeah, I'd rather play it when I've got a bit more, got the clarity rather than confusion, because I don't think it's going to be anything like that.
Yeah, I think to me, Song and Laughter presents as a pretty safe option at $7 at the moment.
Yeah, a little bit impatiently ridden, I thought, the other day.
Exactly, and back in distance, I think is going to be ideal on the wet track for it. And look, by the last race, barrier 3 will be okay. I think they'll just be coming through the middle.
Maybe overcompensating, and might actually be more likely to get
4 units there, and I have 3 on transfers who sort of promised a bit, especially trialling really well on wet tracks, and just is going to be very fit, and might just pick up.
Bishin wasn't interested the other day. I don't know why Bishin wasn't interested, but he was like ticking off shadows.
Yeah, carrying 59 to electric power and coming to this race, dropping weight seems I think there's a little hint in its trials over its careers to say to love a wet track.
Okay, cool. Beautiful.
3 units.
Yeah, all right. Well, boys, thank you very much for that. That's Ramwick. Let's hope we're going there.
Let's hope we're going there, and let's hope we left with some runners. So stay tuned. Check in tomorrow to see how the set transpires.
Absolutely, because it's lovely. Anyway, good luck, and we'll be back with the Punter Show on Monday.